himself out. And here just got tripped up on the feet. Look at that. I think Kennedy got hit harder, but Jacare's feet tied up underneath him. He lost his position.
Don't forget to check out Inside NASCAR, our series about America's #1 spectator sport, with new episodes every Wednesday at 10 p.m. and coming up right after Strike Force tonight.
That's not what you throw, right?
Round 2 coming up for the Strike Force middleweight title. Jacare, the more aggressive fighter in the first round.
And yet the strikes, CompuStrike totals very even, but you're right. I thought Jacare was the more effective. Kennedy 14 of 42, Jacare 15 of 38.
Tim Kennedy in red from Austin, Texas. Jacare from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in white. Kennedy starts the second round more aggressively.
He was looking for the Superman punch, but ate a 1-2 combination on the way in.
So Kennedy's corner is telling him to keep his hands up tight and his chin down, which is what he needs to do to avoid those counter strikes.
But that chin is not down, it's up, as you mentioned.
He needs to put a tennis ball underneath there. Hold it.
Very good target for Jacare if he can figure out how to get close.
Kennedy's dropping that right hand a little bit, starting to stress me out as well.
Yeah, what about the stance? Because you're right, hands are low. Look at Jacare. Seems more comfortable.
Very high, yeah, his hands very high, very tight, very crisp.
Now he tucks his chin.
He's got a lot of head and shoulder movement, but it doesn't translate to his feet very well. So he's still in position to get banged on.
Of course, the Strike Force middleweight division, one of the deepest in the promotion, and all of the 185-pounders watching with vested interest.
Good combination by Tim Kennedy. Saw it. Quick 4 punches.
Guys like Kung Lee at cage side. Joe Riggs coming off a big win in the Challenger Series. Scott Smith.
Oh. Kennedy slipping. And then he missed with the wild left hook.
Luke Rockhold, of course, an up-and-coming prospect at middleweight, will be getting his first major test against Matt Lindland October 9th.
We got Kung Lee.
Oh, beautiful straight right hand by Jacare. Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler, let's not forget the ruthless one, Melvin Manhoff.
Kennedy's the aggressor in this round by position.
Left hook lands for Kennedy. But he moves straight back. Now the two fighters getting a lot closer. 2:42 remaining in the second round.
Jacare not even thinking about the takedown. 12 of 23 thus far, better than 50% success rate in the striking department in round 2. Kennedy now 4 of 19.
Both fighters flat-footed in the center of the cage.
Good punch-kick combination there by Kennedy.
Very nice. Got that leg real solid on Jacare. Now, kicks like that change a fight. Like, they will literally stop your leg from functioning properly.
Let's not forget, Kennedy no slouch on the ground either. As we talked about his well-roundedness, he's picked up 6 wins via submission, including in his last fight against Trevor Prangley, a rear-naked choke victory.
Tim Kennedy with the 12-2 record. His only losses coming to Scott Smith by a cut in the first fight and to Jason Mayhem Miller. And he came back to defeat Mayhem Miller. So they are 1-1 in their matchup.
Kennedy's doing a great job punching first, but he brings his feet too far up underneath him, and he's got no position for power. Jacare's just got to counter strike him with a short strike. It takes all the energy away.
Now double leg takedown attempt by Jacare.
First one of the fight.
And Kennedy seemed to think, or said to us, there's no way he's getting me down with those takedowns.
Yeah, he said that he would not be successful, especially in his notorious trip takedown department. And Kennedy stuffs the first takedown attempt by Jacare.
Oh.
That's a page out of one of Jacare's training partners' handbooks, the Spider.
The great Anderson Silva.
Superman. Kennedy's looking for a way in. That long jab starting to get him a bit.
Man, they're almost identical in their striking totals here in round 2 as well. Very tough round to score.
Very nice push kick. It's been effective for Jacare tonight. Looping right hand lands as well. And we're at the end of the second round. Now with this break in the action, let's hear from King Mo Wall, who will fight in our main event, defending his title for the first time, as King Mo spoke with our Heidi Andral earlier tonight.
King Mo, Muhammad Lal, seems like you kind of have two sides. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's very accurate. You know, you got King Mo, it's an entertainer fighter, and you got Mo Lawal or Muhammad Lawal, however you want to call it. You know, that's the person. You know what I'm saying? It's not fighting. It's just me.
Just you. Well, I know that you're normally the confident, braggadocious fighter entering the cage, but I saw you recently say that you're the underdog in this fight. What is it about Rafael Feijó that has seemingly humbled the king?
You know, he's a tough, solid fighter. You know, has a lot of experience. You know, strong background, great camp. But you know, I just want to take the role as the underdog in this to, you know, just to make me more hungry and more focused. What is going to be the key tonight against him? Just me having fun. That's the key. If I'm having fun, I'm winning. All right, well, go have some fun. Thanks.
And thank you very much, Heidi. King Mo and Rafael Feijó, the main event coming up here on Showtime.
Very close round 2. Souza 18 of 37 in the striking department. Kennedy was 14 of 37. Frank, you have the unenviable task of being the unofficial cage side scorer. How did you score that second stanza?
I like that. I like Kennedy in that one. I think he's getting more damage in. I think he's finding his range. I think he's starting to win this fight a little bit.
So you have it 1 round apiece.
Yep.
Tim Kennedy in red. Jacare in white. These two gentlemen fighting for the Strikeforce middleweight title at 185 pounds. And both men, Mo, as you mentioned, have come a long way and have been able to hop over many obstacles to get into the cage and fight for this world championship.
Yes, and Kennedy seems to now be finding his range in the striking department. I was also going to mention that here we are in round 3, getting into those championship type rounds, and it's going to be interesting to see the level of cardio. Jacare does a good job of spinning away from the fence, but I'm wondering now if Souza is going to resort to his BJJ background, or will he continue to try to test Kennedy in the stand-up?
And Frank, I think Jacare learned a lot from that last fight with Joey Villasenor when he did get tired at the end.
He most definitely did. I think he figured out something about himself. And I think he's also figured out something about his striking, because when you're not a real striker, or when you haven't done it for a long time, it takes a lot of energy to be confident in it and to throw it effectively. I was worried about Jacare wearing himself out with the striking, but he looks good out there.
Another lesson he learned in that fight against Villasenor was that he has to use his head more in terms of the mental aspect between the balance of jiu-jitsu and striking. So far, it's been really the one-sided striking development here. And again, that's also credit to Kennedy. You stuffed the 1 takedown attempt.
I think that took a lot of courage out of Jacare's takedown ability.
Jacare trying to throw punches and bunches. And now, yes, Kennedy is cut over his left eye.
And that's a very bad place for a cut. That blood can inhibit the vision. It trickles into the eyeball, and that's something that is definitely going to have to be monitored.
Nice right hand landing by Jacare. Push kick again to the middle of the chest.
Finding his comfort zone.
Yeah. Jacare with a very balanced attack as a striker tonight. And he's one of the great jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world.
And as you mentioned earlier, Kennedy did lose his debut fight via cut against Strikeforce middleweight Scott Smith back in August of 2001. Doesn't want to revisit that scenario tonight.
Wow.